People are always searching for jobs. Whether you're looking for your first job or looking to change jobs, there are always a number of people around that are in the process of applying and interviewing for jobs. I have found that far too many people apply for jobs with little to no thought for the future and rarely have a strategy. Understandably, there are times in which people just need a job. And we don't always have time or the money to wait around for the right job. But to the extent possible, we should attempt to go after the right job and have a well thought out strategy for our job search. To develop a strategy, we have to consider the major pieces of the typical job search. There are a ton of micro decision points along the way, but in general, there are a few overarching factors. And those are the resume and the application, searching and applying for jobs, the interview process, and accepting the job offer. Any successful job is going to be benefited by the resume and the application. There are a number of websites and freelancers that can help with resume building, and if this is an area where you struggle, then I would take advantage of these services. With so many automated systems and various computer programs, it should be noted that you may need multiple resumes. Each job will have requirements on qualifications and experience, and you should tailor your resume to highlight the experience you've had that is relevant to the job you are applying for. Using the same resume for a compensation analyst, a data analyst, and an office manager may be the easiest route, but all of these jobs will have very specific types of experience and requirements that they're looking for. And the more you can align yourself with the job you are applying for, the better your resume will be. And because of these automated systems, a lot of times applications are filtered through keyword searches that route your application to the talent acquisition teams. So having a resume that sounds a lot like the job you're applying for is a huge leg up in getting your resume across the desk of that hiring manager. As an HR professional, I have seen countless applications that come in incomplete, missing information, lots of grammatical errors, or dates that don't match their resume. These are all things that can either get you kicked out through system automation or put you in a bad light to those manually reviewing applications. Take your time with applications. If you're in a time crunch, just wait and submit the application when you've had time to really focus on completing it accurately. Searching for a job may seem straightforward enough, but there are some really simple tricks that you can use to identify jobs that would be a better fit for you. A lot of your decisions in searching for jobs will naturally hinge on your current situation. The less professional experience you have, the fewer jobs that would be in your search. But whether you're a seasoned vet or a new beginner, there are methods of finding jobs that aren't just right for the moment, but that are right for your future. One thought is the job an industry standard job? In other words, have you heard of the job before? Does it translate well to other companies? Some jobs are very specific and may only be found in certain industries. These could be trade jobs that require specific skills or jobs that are only found in certain locations. If you apply for a job as a librarian, for instance, there are going to be a very limited amount of opportunities to advance or change jobs, as that is a very rare job and the experience may or may not translate to other roles. Whereas a clerical or administrative job, on the other hand, likely has many jobs above it and the experience can translate to most other roles. Now, interviews are obviously a major part of getting a new job. A good interview can be the difference in getting an offer or getting passed over for another candidate. I've always advised people to take as many interviews as you can without causing yourself issues in your job search. I often get pushback because of this, but the logic is simple. Practice makes perfect. Interviews have a certain flow. Most mirror the same general process, so having more of them will only make you more proficient at going through one. You can learn and develop your interview skills, but you will only do this through going through the interview process. If you are interviewing for a job that you aren't really sure you want, then take some risks and try out different answers and different methods of answering questions. I wouldn't waste people's time and go to interviews that you definitely don't want, but having more runs through the process will only improve your overall interview skills. And lastly is accepting the offer. Accepting a job offer can be an exciting time, particularly if it's a job you want. All companies have a compensation structure that guides them to the offer amount. Some are more flexible and some are very rigid. Many people make the mistake of just taking whatever is offered. If you have a good idea of what you should make and the offer is in the ballpark, then go ahead and take the offer. Unfortunately though, many people miss out on money they could make. If you just ask some simple questions, you will likely find that most companies will have some wiggle room to increase your offer. This increase may not be significant, but it is something. Asking if there's wiggle room, if that's the most they can offer, or even asking if they can get to a certain amount are not uncommon questions. In fact, throughout my years in HR, I would say somewhere between 30 to 50% of applicants ask for more money. And of those, about 50% actually end up getting the increase that they ask for. The other 50% still get the job if they want it, but it doesn't hurt to at least ask. There isn't a lot of risk because by the time you get an offer, the company has already decided that you're the candidate that they want. Asking in a polite way is not going to offend them, and if they say they can't increase it, then just accept the job offer and we can move on. So we should all take the job search serious. Think about the future and be strategic in the way you approach the process. Build your resume to fit the jobs you're applying for, not in a dishonest way, but highlight the areas of your experience that fit with what's necessary for the job. Apply to the jobs with a plan in mind. Are you aiming at a certain type of role? Are you just getting a foot in the door? Is it a common job? And what company is it for? Take interviews and work on your interview skills. You can develop skills and confidence throughout this process, but it takes practice. And don't be afraid to ask for more money. And don't be disheartened if they say no. It's just a strategy to get yourself into the best position. If you like this video and you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're notified of any of our upcoming videos. We'll see you guys next time.